How Tiffany Haddish became a mom at age 9. Tiffany Haddish had a very difficult childhood. Her family fell apart when she was very young. Her father left her mother Leola when Tiffany was 3. She didn't see him again until she became an adult. After CI left, Leola remarried. She had 4 more children. When Tiffany was 8, Leola had a near-fatal car accident. Her head crashed through the windscreen. She suffered extensive brain damage. She had to learn to eat, walk, and speak again. Tiffany became the head of the household. She looked after her mother and her 4 half-siblings. She was feeding them and dressing them. Leola was later diagnosed with schizophrenia. She felt helpless and lashed out physically at Tiffany. Tiffany said,
"She couldn't get all her words out, so she just punched me, just full on. Because of her, I can take a punch like nobody's business."
Tiffany felt like someone else jumped into Leola's body. She begged Leola to let her live with her grandmother. The request would enrage Leola. She screamed at Tiffany that she was her mother. Eventually, social services stepped in. They placed Tiffany and her siblings in foster care. Her younger siblings were kept together. Tiffany was placed away from them, but she couldn't bear being away from them. Tiffany said,
"The social workers had to stop telling me where they were, because I would just get on a bus and go to them. I felt responsible for them."
When Tiffany was a teen, her grandmother reunited the family. Grandma and other relatives called Tiffany stupid. She could not read or write. Tiffany believed everything they said to her. It made her struggle with low self-esteem for a long time. When Tiffany was 21, her stepfather made a confession. He revealed that he had snipped Leola's brakes. Tiffany and her siblings were meant to be in the car as well. Stepfather hoped to collect their life insurance policies. Fortunately, the kids decided to stay at home that day. Tiffany vowed to get revenge, but her grandma advised her to let God handle it. In her teens, Tiffany had behavioral issues. Social workers offered her 2 options. She could go to therapy, or she could go to the Laugh Factory comedy camp. At the camp, Tiffany learned to channel her pain. She turned it into fodder for her stand-up comedy act. She started a career as a stand-up comedian. Early on, Tiffany was living in her car. Kevin Hart helped her get off the streets. He pushed her to audition for TV roles. In her late 20s, Tiffany reconnected with her father. She tracked him down in Pennsylvania. Tiffany offered to look after him, but he disappeared once again. He reached out to Tiffany when she became successful. This time Tiffany listened to her grandfather's advice. He said she was not responsible for her father. Tiffany also reconnected with her mother. She learned to forgive and accept her. She's paying for her care in a mental institution. Today, Tiffany is a successful comedian, author, and actress. She created the She Ready Foundation. It provides resources for kids raised in foster care.